and welcome to Ask Better Questions with Alonzo Kelly. In this brief video, I would like to highlight something for you from a consulting perspective. One of the most common questions that I get asked from potential clients is, Alonzo, do you have anything that you could contribute to help us better manage and or lead change? What I'd like to offer you is a gift that you can do yourself before you call me or any other consultant to help you with this very important topic. Let's define change. If you look it up, one of the definitions in the dictionary is to make or become different. That's all change is. And if I acknowledge and you concede that change is necessary for success, what I'd like to give you are 3 things to think about as you navigate the change waters. The first is, at what point in time are we having this discussion? Is this anticipated change? Are we in the middle of change? Or is this change happening without our permission? Let's look at these closely, very briefly, one at a time. If you think about vacation and a vacation you took or a necessary trip that you need to take, and you look at a map, what happens is you are looking at the route that you will take. You have it planned out, you know exactly how long it's going to take you to get there, and you know the necessary turns that will be required to get you to your destination. You also notice along the way some required detours, or road construction, or road closings. At that point, what you are doing is you are anticipating change and changing or evolving your strategy accordingly. That is no different than what is happening with your team or with your family or with a personal relationship. You have a destination, you have a goal, and you have the ability to look ahead and see what may be coming up that you might have to adjust on the journey. And then you have a strategy for that. But what happens if on that planned vacation, back to the vacation, you did not know in another state that the road would be closed? You did not know that there would be a required detour. At that point, you are acknowledging this was not in the plans, and this is what we are going to have to do both effectively and efficiently to get to our required destination. The same thing happens on our teams. When you call me or someone to partner with you on change, one of the first things that we should be asking you is, at what point are you asking someone to partner with you on this change? You may not need someone to help you with that if you acknowledge where we are in this. And your teams will appreciate if you acknowledge this was not in the plans. I recognize the challenge and inconvenience. A detour, or our GPS does, a reroute will be required. However, we can still get there. And then you articulate what the plan is to get there, wherever there is. And then finally, it's been my experience that one of the biggest headaches about change are those changes that happen without our permission. Someone leaves the team, you have an unexpected retirement, a policy or procedure now is required for you in order to get your job done as set by an outside agency or body. I smile sometimes because I think about on a daily basis how many times a change happens to me that gets me all worked up, and then I smile about how many of those happened without my permission. For example, en route to you, it may happen that a train decides to come across. I'm bothered because I had not anticipated the time it would take for this train to go by. And then I smile thinking, did I really expect the Department of Transportation to ask my permission for a train to go by? Of course not. I have to acknowledge that feeling. So remember what change is. Change is to make or become different. 3 things to think about. Are we talking about anticipated change? Are we talking about being in the middle of change? Or are we talking about change without our permission? And then finally, just in order to keep your sanity and the sanity of those that you partner with or supervise, it is not too much to ask for you to keep us posted on how long we should expect to be in the middle of this change. How long do you think this change journey is going to take us? Sometimes what frustrates me about a detour is there's no sign that tells me how long the detour is going to take. Is the detour a mile? Is it 20 miles? Is it 50 miles? Who knows? As my leader, as someone that I expect to provide direction, support, and guidance, it's not too much to ask you to share with me how long this change journey is going to take. I wanted to offer that to you both as your friend and as your consultant to help you manage the sanity of change. Thanks for watching this episode of Ask Better Questions. I look forward to seeing you next time. Find full episodes of Ask Better Questions with Alonzo Kelly online at WHBY.com. I invite you to find me on Twitter at KLGLLC and on Facebook, Kelly Leadership Group LLC. Thanks for watching this episode. We'll see you again soon.